go week 10 picks with and without the spread. So starting things off with Thursday Night Football, we got the Falcons visiting the Panthers. The Falcons are 3-point favorites on the road. I just have to go with the Falcons here. I mean, the Panthers are a mess right now. The Falcons are tied for first in the NFC South. Give me the Falcons to win this one straight up and give me them to cover the 3-point spread. Next, we got the Seahawks versus the Buccaneers in Germany, and this is a tough game for me to pick. The Seahawks have looked just so good this whole year. They look really legit. The Buccaneers are coming off a huge game-winning drive, last-second win, a type of win that can spark your team, and Tom Brady is looking more and more like the Tom Brady we've seen throughout, basically my whole life, really. So, with that being said, the Buccaneers are favored by 2.5. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers to win straight up. Oh, I don't know. This is really tough. I'm going to pick the Buccaneers to win straight up, but give me the Seahawks plus 2.5. I know I'm kind of just like hedging there, but this is really tough for me to decide. We got the Broncos at the Titans. The Titans are 3-point favorites at home. Boom, give me the Titans to win straight up here, and boom, give me the Titans to cover the 3-point spread. I mean, this Titans defense is going to have Russell Wilson in shambles. They have looked really good recently, and Mike Vrabel is just a much better head coach than Nathaniel Hackett. We got the Browns going down to Miami to play the Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 4 at home. The Browns coming off a bye, but before the bye, they looked really good versus the Bengals. This defense looked so dominant in that one. This Dolphins defense has been anything but dominant. They have really struggled lately, but their offense has been good. This could be an upset. This is a game I have, on upset alert. It seems like the Dolphins are due for a loss. They almost lost versus the Bears, but they held on late there, or maybe the refs held on when the Dolphins DB held on to Claypool and they didn't call it. Never blame a game on a ref, though. I'll never blame a game on a referee. But I will pick the Dolphins to win this one straight up. But give me the Browns plus 4 in this one. Give me the Browns plus 4. I think they'll make this interesting. Saints at the Steelers. The Saints are favored by 2.5 on the road. These are two teams that have really bad offenses, but pretty decent defenses. The Saints have more to play for right now, though. The Steelers have looked worse than the Saints this year, in my opinion. So I'm going to take the Saints to win this one on the road and cover the 2.5-point spread. Lions at the Bears. Division matchup here. The Bears are favored by 3 at home. The Lions, they're coming off a really big win versus the Packers. The Bears coming off a tough, kind of heartbreaking loss versus the Dolphins, but Justin Fields showed a lot of flashes in that game. He's been getting better and better every single week. I keep saying that. And because of that, I think he's going to take another big step in this one versus the Lions. So give me the Bears to win this one at home and give me them to cover the 3-point spread. Vikings at the Bills. The Bills are favored by 5.5 at home, and this game is very interesting at this moment and very tough to decide because at the time I'm recording this, there is no word on Josh Allen's elbow injury. There's no official word out yet. There's no official word if he's going to play in this game or not play in this game. I'm going to assume he's playing in this game at this moment, so that's how I'm going to make this pick, as if Josh Allen is playing. It is a big spread, though. 5.5 is a big spread. I am going to take the Bills to win straight up. That is very tough, though, because the Vikings are 7-1, have looked really good, have just gotten it done every single week, except for that week on primetime versus the Eagles. But good news for Kirk, this is a 1 o'clock game, and we know he feasts during 1 o'clock games. But I will take the Bills to win this one straight up. I just don't see them losing back-to-back games. But give me the Vikings plus 5.5. That's a pretty big spread, and I think the Vikings are going to keep this to a field goal type game, 3-4 point type game. Texans at the Giants. The Giants are 6.5-point favorites at home. I'm like, whoa, that's a pretty big spread for the Giants, who never seem to be able to win a game easily. They are playing the Texans, though, one of the worst teams, probably the worst team in the league. Now that I'm saying that, watch them lose this game because I'm a Giants fan. It just happens. The Giants usually play down to their opponents. I am going to pick the Giants to win this one straight up, though. Kenny Golladay should be back for the Giants, and that's going to be a huge boost for their offense. It's going to make things just more difficult for this Texans defense. I'm not going to pick the Texans to cover the spread, though. 6.5 points. I'm going to pick the Giants to win by a touchdown or more. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with it. I think they can do it versus this Texans team, but we'll see. Jaguars at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 9.5. Again, we got another big spread for the Chiefs. They didn't cover last week, and I'm not going to pick them to cover again this week. I'm going to take the Jaguars plus 9.5. They're coming off a big comeback victory versus the Raiders that I think could give this team a spark and have them hyped up going into this game. So yeah, Chiefs straight up, Jaguars plus 9.5. I think their defense can keep them in this one, and I think if they establish that run game with ETN, they could make this competitive. Colts at the Raiders. Raiders are favored by 6.5 at home. And this game, oh my gosh, this game is just going to be a wreck. The Raiders are favored by 6.5 after blowing a 17-point lead versus the Jaguars the week before. And what does that say about the Colts? You know, what does that say that the Colts are 6.5-point underdogs versus them in the next week? I did not like when the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels. I did not like that. I did not like that move at all. I've been very vocal about that. But now the Colts have Jeff Saturday as the interim head coach, and he has not coached at the collegiate or NFL level, and no one on that team has called plays in the NFL. So this is like a week where Josh McDaniels is going to look like the better head coach, in my opinion. So I will take the Raiders to win this one straight up because I think it's going to be a disaster for the Colts. And I will, do I take them to cover the 6.5-point spread? Yeah, I'll just take them to cover the 6.5-point spread because I really feel like the Colts are like, we're going for the top draft pick at this point. We want that number 1 pick. We want to draft a franchise quarterback. Cowboys at the Packers. Cowboys are favored by 5 on the road. I can't pick the Packers to win. They've lost 5 in a row. I can't pick them to win until I see them win again. So give me the Cowboys to win this one straight up and give me them to cover that 5-point spread. It's just really bad in Green Bay right now. A lot of stuff is going wrong. Aaron Rodgers is looking really bad. It's just a lot of rough stuff. Cardinals at the Rams. Rams are favored by 3.5 at home, and this is another tough game to pick. Both these teams have not lived up to the hype this season or lived up to expectations. I would say the Rams have not lived up to expectations more than the Cardinals. You know, coming off that Super Bowl, people expected the Rams to be much better than they are. This is really tough for me to decide. Do I think Cliff Kingsbury is going to outcoach Sean McVay? No, but do I think Kyler Murray gives this team a better chance to win than Matt Stafford does? The Rams. I would say yes, because this Rams defense has been really bad, but this Cardinals defense has also been really bad. I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna pick the Rams to win straight up. Cardinals to cover the 3.5-point spread. I'm gonna say the Rams are winning by 3 here. Sunday Night Football, we got the Chargers visiting the 49ers. The 49ers are 7-point favorites, a full touchdown. I'm going to pick the 49ers to win this one straight up. The Chargers, they've won games this year, but they haven't won them convincingly. It's been very ugly for the Chargers. They have a ton of injuries on their team. It's really unfortunate, like the amount of injuries this team has and how many star players are injured. So like I said, I'm picking the Chargers to lose straight up, but I'm picking them +7. I do think they will be able to make this game interesting. I just don't see them winning versus a pretty good 49ers team. And finally, we got a division rivalry on Monday Night Football. We got the Commanders going to Philly to play the Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 11 points at home. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to the Commanders. Yes, I understand the Eagles are undefeated and all that, and they're a really good team and the best team actually in the NFL, but the Commanders have kind of turned around their season. Heineke kind of has some magic in him, so I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this one straight up. I think they're a better team than the Commanders. They're 8-0. I think they're going to be 9-0, but I am picking the Commanders to cover that 11-point spread. That's a big spread. I think Heineke is going to compete. I think Heineke's somehow going to keep the Commanders in this game. I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. So Eagles straight up, but Commanders +11. I want to know your lock and your upset for the week. It's really fun to go into the comments after the week is over and see who predicted some big upsets. So that is it for this video, guys. Appreciate you watching till the end. Peace.